seem at ease.
I'm comfortable.
We'll see about that. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to a new episode of the Almost Too Late Show. I'm your host, Kyle Archer, your friendly neighborhood host. We're going to start this episode a little bit different than what you're used to if you've ever seen any other episode ever. And if you haven't, then we're going to start it in the perfect way that you want to see. I have a guest here already at the top of the show. This is Nico Harken, if that's how you pronounce it.
That's correct.
Is that your real last name?
Yeah.
Okay. We got Nico Harken here. He is the first official, as I like to say, glorified, unglorified intern. I like to say intern. Technically, he's a practicum student. If you don't know what that is, look it up after the show. So why are you here?
I don't know. You told me to come on the show. I was just like, whatever.
You don't seem to care about anything now, do you?
Hey, I'm just here for the hours.
So just for credit, you have no love for the show whatsoever?
A little bit.
A little bit?
Like 10%.
Like 10%?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Did you get anything out of this at all? This whole experience? It's the first one ever.
Yeah.
This is a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Big deal.
I mean, I think I probably got the biggest guest in history of this show, so that's a pretty big accomplishment.
That is. We do have a big guest coming up. It's Joe Long coming up, then King Catfish, so stay tuned for this. I will give you credit for that, and that's the only thing that I'm going to give you credit for ever in your entire life or existence. I do want to say that this might be your peak, actually, in this moment right now. So absorbing that, how does that feel for you?
I don't know. It feels pretty okay. Story of my life.
Do you feel anything?
Sometimes.
I don't really care about that answer. So we're going to go ahead and start with a performance review.
Okay.
That we have here since we're wrapping up. And are you graduating or we have a little bit to go?
No, I still have another semester.
You have a whole another semester?
Yeah.
It'd be a shame if you were credit shy.
Yeah.
So, and just so you know, I'm in control of that credit. Does that make you nervous a little bit? Because I start to see you perspiring at the top. Have you ever been on camera before? I also don't care about that answer. Okay. We're going to go ahead and start with your research and foundation. You know, I think that your research was pretty smooth. You got a good guest on. How do you feel about that?
I'm pretty proud of myself. But yeah.
Good. We're going to go ahead and go into camera recording and camera ops. You did that one time for an episode. How do you feel about that?
That's like my bread and butter, so.
Yeah, your hand was in a shot at the beginning of it, and I had to cut around it, just saying.
Yeah.
So maybe get a smaller knife.
Okay.
For the bread and butter.
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe. Are you laughing because you think I'm funny, or are you laughing because you just think that's the courteous thing to do in this situation?
I'm just laughing about the whole experience.
Of the show, or of this?
I don't know. You pick. You're the decipherer here.
Spell decipher.
DCIF.
I want to let you know that I'm very proud of you.
Okay.
Is that the first time you've ever heard that?
No.
No?
It's not.
Okay. Whenever you look at me, do you think of me as like a fatherly figure?
No. Probably just like an annoying little brother.
Okay, yeah. You know, I am older than you.
Well, age is just a number. That's what I tell all the ladies.
Do you want to quote that? We're going to cut that or quote? All right. You know what? I'm actually going to retract the "I'm proud of you" sentence that I just told you.
All right.
What's next for you?
I don't know. I got another semester.
I don't really care about that either.
Well,
I think that you did an adequate job, and you set the bar.
Okay.
For the next person that does this. And they're going to exceed that by just showing up one time.
Power to them.
So this is your last thing
that
you're going to do for the show.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel any sadness about that?
Oh, a little bit. It's a fun show.
All right. You do like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you enjoy it a little bit.
Yeah.
So one thing that we did lack, you did some research. You are doing this now. and it's a riveting experience, I'm sure, for everybody watching this.
Yeah.
Yeah. You outed yourself as a person that needs to walk around a neighborhood with a clipboard and tell them, about yourself. And I think the last thing that I need from you that you have yet to do is just get me something.
Okay. What do you want?
I don't know, some intern thing.
All right, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
See
Just
you-
give me something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
See
go
you
get some
later.
donuts, get some coffee. Do what you need to.
All right.
Actually make yourself useful.
Okay.
Yeah. Get all the way out. Shut the door. Anybody sense the difference of smell in here? Because I did. It smells a lot better. Like a lot. So I'm sorry about that. It's not typically the normal way that I would like to start the top of the show. Usually I like to jump right into actually a monologue, and I think I'm actually going to go ahead and do that right now with this high-end joke that I have all prepared for you here, and it is, actually wrote it down. Nico Harken. And that's the joke. That's the monologue, ladies and gentlemen. Stay around. We got the one and only Joe Long coming on and King Catfish Band. So stick around. We got a great show. We'll see you right after this.
Thank you for coming.
Oh, yeah.
And I think you and I know what this is about.
No.
I've known you for a long time. We've known each other for a long time. We've worked with each other for a long time at this point, and I think that we have established a mutual understanding and connection, right?
Might be one way, but sure.
Yeah. And you wouldn't lie to me, right?
No.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm only gonna ask this because I care.
Right.
Did you take my boots?
No.
Did you take my boots?
No.
Did you take my boots?
No.
Where are my boots?
I don't know.
Did you take my boots?
No.
Boots, where are thou?
I did not steal thy boots.
You boots mine, did you take?
My boots. Me, no steal.
Boots are yours, to me, taking.
No, boots are mine, not yours.
Take my boots, you did.
Nay.
Boots, taken, you.
No.
Did you take my boots?
No.
Did you take my boots?
No.
Did you take my boots?
No. No. See? These.
Yeah, what are
Those
those?
are my boots. Okay? They fit just fine. Like this.
Those are my boots!
And welcome back to the show after that, hopefully soon, eventually, commercial break. If you want a commercial, please do that so. But I got a wonderful guest coming out, one of the biggest that I think the Almost Too Late Show has ever seen yet, and I'm really excited for this conversation. Very excited and happy that he came on the show. This is Joe Long. You can follow him on all socials at Joe Long Down, a Pittsburgh and TikTok influencer and icon. Let's go ahead and bring him out, ladies and gentlemen, Joe Long. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, little. Ooh, 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 ooh. All right, man.
How's it going, man?
Yeah, appreciate you coming on the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh man. So we were talking a little bit before this, and you said this is kind of your third, really kind of sit down talk interview.
Yep.
Yeah. Is that kind of stuff that you're kind of just getting into, or whenever somebody reaches out, you're going for it?
I kind of avoid it.
Oh, okay.
So I have severe social anxiety. I was
Yeah.
agoraphobic for 4 years. Mm-hmm. I didn't leave the house.
Really?
Maybe like 20 times total in those 4 years.
Interesting. Yeah.
So I'm just now. It's been about 9 months. I've been getting out. Mm-hmm. And it's taken some getting used to.
Yeah.
So I still have the social anxiety.
Yeah, that's just one thing that's probably, if it's not going to go away, it's
Right,
going to
right.
take some time.
Shout out trauma.
Yeah, shout out trauma. We love trauma, man. No, that's actually one thing that I genuinely love about kind of your TikTok profile is, you know, you have your Don and Deb stuff, you have your freestyle raps, which we'll get into, you know. But you also have another side of it too, where you're just very open about kind of like mental headspace.
Right.
And I think that's a cool thing that you have going on too.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. So you're not originally from Pittsburgh.
No.
Where you from again?
Alabama.
Alabama.
Huntsville.
So, yeah.
I grew up here though.
Oh, you
I
did?
mean, I've lived here since the '90s.
So you've been here since the 90s then? You
Yeah.
just kind of haven't left then? Yeah.
Well, no, I've left. So I've lived all over the country.
Yeah. Okay.
I've actually bounced around, more so when I was young, but I was an adult as well. I've lived in, let's see, Michigan, Cali, Florida, North Carolina. Well, I wouldn't say I lived there, but I was there briefly in a psychosis. I've lived in.
So great memories there,
yeah.
I'm guessing. You
Yeah.
love going through them.
Right.
Yeah.
Cumberland, Maryland was one.
Shout out Cumberland.
Yeah. So I mean, I've lived all over.
Yeah,
the
you've been all
place.
over the
Yeah.
place, but Pittsburgh's a good staple for you then,
Pittsburgh's
for
where
sure.
I'm from for sure. Like
I love
this
that.
is where I mean, this is where I went to high school and everything.
Oh yeah. Where'd you
know,
go to high school at?
Brashear.
Brashear. Gotcha. So kind of let's go ahead and jump right into kind of like the TikTok aspect of it, because you definitely have grown to be a Pittsburgh icon in the
Thank you,
social
man.
media aspect. Yeah, of course. What kind of inspired like the trend to start on TikTok? Like
It was actually my sister,
Mm-hmm.
because I was agoraphobic, and she was like, "Why don't you?" I've always made silly videos here and there throughout
Yeah.
my life, like ever since MySpace. And she goes, "Why
you're
don't
making MySpace videos.
Yeah, so she was like, yeah, well, YouTube and MySpace.
Yeah,
But
it
that
was,
era, was when I started. And she goes, why don't you, hop on TikTok and do some videos on there? It'll be therapeutic for you, and you never know what'll happen, And it took off within like 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah,
When did you start doing those?
2021, I believe.
2021. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that was right at the peak of kind of TikTok really taking off too.
All right.
Yeah. So with the creation of Don and Deb, let's talk about that. That's probably one of
Okay.
your biggest kind of like
Yeah.
hits and things that you really like to lean into for sure.
Right.
Is that just like a thing that you just started saying? Where did that really come from? Was that just an idea where it was like, whoosh, and then bam?
So, I
Or-
mean, I have met Dons and Debs throughout my life, like for sure.
Yeah.
And like literally, like I've known Dons and Debs, and I was trying to think one day. I was just trying to think of like a Pittsburgh couple, and I'm not sure if I had even named them yet at that point. But because when I first started it, maybe I did name them, but when I first started it, I wasn't wearing a wig yet.
Yeah.
It was just me with the glasses, me without the glasses. That's how it started.
Right.
And
Then it evolutionized.
yeah, and then I was like, I gotta get a wig for this.
Sure.
Up it a little bit.
Yeah.
But so it's inspired kind of on real people. Not the relationship so much. That kind of I just grew.
Yeah, that built over time. You know,
right?
you have those two characters, and you start branching
Right.
and creating.
Built the lore up.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't know if people know this, but I've decided that Deb is from Dormont, and Dawn is from Brookline.
I love that they have like places.
Yeah, and I mean they're like right next to each other
Yeah.
too. So they met at the lounge.
Is this all in your head, or do you have like a Don notebook and a
No,
Deb
no,
notebook?
it's in
it
my
just
head,
stays in
yeah.
there. I love that.
I think I've messed up a little bit, like some of their lore, because I'll like forget stuff.
Yeah. Do people call you out on that?
No. But
So you can just kind of go with whatever and
Yeah.
just make it work.
like I have her working at Coons,
Yeah.
stuff like that. He's a roofer.
Yeah. They fell in love at the lounge, man.
right.
It's been there ever since.
Oh yeah.
We'll get back to Don and Deb. We got a cool thing coming up from there that
Okay,
I'm
cool.
real excited to do. But let's talk about kind of your first TV appearance that you did on it. It took a couple takes to kind of get it going.
Yeah.
What happened there?
All right, so it was because she goes, Joe, shout out Daisy, by the way.
Shout out Daisy.
She goes, Joe, you're a Yinzer through and through. What do you think about this? I go, actually, I was born in Alabama. They're like, cut.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, man. I was like, dude.
Can't say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she switched it up. She goes, Joe, you make fun of Yinzers on your account. What do you think about this? And I'm like, I love you guys. And she's like, you gotta like, go with it, dude. Just go with whatever.
Yeah.
Chris was actually there, my buddy Chris, who's off camera.
Yeah.
And he was
Shout out
just
Chris.
cringing in the corner. Which it was so embarrassing because that was my first
Yeah.
time ever being on TV, and I had no idea I would have a speaking part.
Look, and I'll be honest with you, if you're not used to that stuff, like it's hard. It is tough. But
I thought I was just gonna be like waving or
yeah.
something with
and the
the
cut
mascots.
immediately probably was just like, oh damn.
But
That's
I got in the swing of it.
Yeah.
And like the rest of the stuff we knocked out.
Yeah.
It was just that starting it off, that initial, the beginning of the segment, which you could tell if you watch it. I stammer a little bit.
Yeah. Do you hate watching that stuff too?
Only when I mess up.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
nobody likes watching themselves mess
Yeah.
up. Yeah. You learn to live and laugh with it.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to take an assumption here. And it'd be wild if not, but that's okay. You've been to a Pirates game, obviously, in your lifetime, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's been a while, but yeah.
They got some pierogies there.
Right.
Big fan of pierogies. It's a Pittsburgh thing. Do you got a favorite, like, Pittsburgh pierogi in the race? Like, do you got one that you root for whenever you go to the games?
No, but I think my favorite is what is it? Jalapeno Hannah?
Oh, yeah. Jalapeno Hannah.
Yeah, because she got the big hoop earrings and
Yeah, she's
everything.
got the prop
Yeah,
purse.
She ain't playing,
No.
dude. Yeah.
No. If there was a daughter to Don and Deb, it might be a pierogi named Jalapeno Hannah.
Right.
Cool. We actually have a sweet game
Okay.
that I'm going to throw at you. And this game is called Does Don or Deb Do That in Act?
All right.
And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take these yellow cards. We're going to go ahead and take these yellow cards. We're going to bring a board in here. And I'm going to go ahead and give you these yellow cards here to explain this game. Do you like my crew?
Yes.
I like how they just do that? Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's the snap of the finger.
We don't even get paid.
No. So here's our beautiful board here that we got going on here. All right. As you can see, we got Don and Deb.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you these yellow cards. I'm gonna read them off what they are. We got pins on this side, and then you're just gonna pin it wherever you think. If it's a Don thing or a Deb thing, or if it's right in the middle, pin it right down the line.
All right, cool.
You ready?
Yep.
All right, sweet. First one: putting a chair in your parking spot.
Oh, that's easy. Definitely Donnie.
Definitely a Donnie move.
For Deb.
Don, Dibbit for Deb.
Yeah.
Turning off a Steelers game before it's over.
Ooh. I don't think. Is there neither one?
There can be in either one.
We'll go
You just
with-
like flip it.
Let's just put it over here. Neither one is turning a Steelers game off before it's over.
I'm
dude.
into that. All right. Asking to play Renegade before a Steelers game.
It feels like Dawn again.
Don's getting it. You're going to like this one. It's a little personalized for you.
Okay.
Slamming a Polish Hill sandwich.
Ooh.
You're going to have a U category in there.
I'm going to put both because combined they are me.
It's a solid answer. That's a solid answer. Who's going to be the winner of a fart time battle?
Oh, Deb, for sure.
Deb
She won't
takes-
admit it. She won't admit it, but
Yeah, but she'll throw that. Yeah, she'll throw
Yeah.
that stank down, if you will.
yes.
Yeah. Unloading. Wait,
Part-time battle.
I gotta save that one for. I'll save these for second to last. All right, 3 easy ones, and then I'm gonna hit you with 2 more. We got Kennywood. Who's going to Kennywood? Who wants to go?
I guess both of them.
Yeah.
Shout out Kenny, would you guys get me back down there, please?
Shout out. Yeah.
Shout out Kennywood Dan.
Yeah.
Specifically.
Shout out specific
That's my
Kennywood
man,
Dan.
dude.
We got just going to Permanis.
Okay. Both again.
All right, last 3 here. Last 3. Who's taking on the most wings?
Probably Dawn.
Don.
Yeah.
All right. We got 2 more.
Yeah, because Deb don't even touch her wings. She's too worried about her crown and cokes.
We got 2 more here.
All
We,
right.
if we could end it a 3-way tie. We're gonna see what happens here. Who's gonna be hanging out in a Pittsburgh basement?
I'm gonna go with Deb because Dawn's a roofer, so he's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's on the roof. He's not
Yeah.
down there low.
Yeah.
He likes
I
the
can see
light.
her like in a like makeshift like home hair salon or something.
Something like that going on. Maybe
Yeah.
try to replicate like the lounge, you know, down in the
Maybe.
basement.
There you
Something
go.
like that. Yeah.
Right.
Last one here. Who's gonna absolutely unload in a Pittsburgh toilet?
Oh my God, that was me prior to filming today.
Yeah, he did too. He got here and he's like, I gotta go. And then, man, he told me
Well,
how
she's
it
the
went.
winner. She's the winner of fart time. So we're gonna go with that.
We
as
got a
well.
rhythm going on for
Yeah.
Deb. Yeah, she will also not admit this. There it is, a three-way tie for Don and Deb. Absolute diagram going on here. There it is. Yeah. We got one more thing that I really want to talk about for you, and we can look into this camera, if you really want this camera. Tell the people what's up next for you. What do you got going on?
So I'm working on an album with Billy Hoyle. It's actually serious. It's not like fart jokes or anything. It is called Survivor's Guilt. And yeah, it's an album. It's dedicated to the people I've lost, both to mental illness and addiction. And yeah, so keep an eye out for that. I don't know exactly when it's gonna release. There's no release date yet, but I am working on it, about halfway through. So yeah.
Told me you're pouring your heart and soul into that, so make sure you absolutely check that out whenever that time comes around. I'll make sure to post something about it too, so
Thank you,
keep
man.
all my people that watch this into the loop and everything like that. But once
Appreciate
again,
it.
really appreciate your time. Thank you
Bless
so
you.
much for coming on this show. Make sure you check out Joe Long, all of his socials everywhere. You know, TikTok, Instagram, anywhere else you want to throw a plug in there for any reason.
My website, joelongdan,
Yep.
DAHN.com.
Yep. So check out Joe Long down, really all over the internet, and that's all I got for you. Pleasure, man.
Bless,
Thanks for coming
brother.
on the show.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
man.
absolutely. We'll be right back with some King Catfish, so stick around.
Rolling. Yes, I did.
Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, King Catfish. Too soon, and I can't take it. Too bad on you. I think it's over now. Too much too soon, and I can't take it. Too bad on you. I think it's take it. Too bad on you. I think it's over now. Too much too soon. And I can't take it. Too bad on you. I think it's
And welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. You just got done listening to the one and the only King Catfish, a song called Too Much, Too Soon, here to talk more about their music and everything that they got going on in their King Catfish lives. Let's bring them out. King Catfish themselves, here they are. Oh, man. Thank you for the common decency. That was a ride that you guys kind of came in on.
That was impressive, dude. We should do that more.
I was going to ask, have you guys ever practiced that before?
No, first time.
Oh, okay, cool, wonderful, fantastic, awesome. I think you guys need to do it way more often. That really sparked something inside of me. I don't know if that was an awakening or what that was, but that was a good moment for, I think, all of us.
Thank you.
Yeah, awesome. So let's talk King Catfish. I love the name of the band. Where'd that come from? Where'd that spark? How'd you get that?
Tinder.
Tinder.
You're familiar with catfishing?
I am familiar with catfishing, yes.
King.
You're the king of catfishing. Was there like a specific moment that you remember, or you just like over time you just continually would catfish peeps?
There's a lot of story. No, I've never catfished anybody.
Okay.
Just been catfished.
Oh, you've been catfished.
Yeah,
Okay.
an old bassist actually came up with that name.
That's kind of sweet though. No, it's a real cool name. Yeah. So let's drop into one of your more recent-ish albums. You know, the one that's kind of actively and out and everything. That's just kind of creating Americancer. I know it was like a little bit ago now, but how was that process kind of like developing that sound compared to like the first couple singles that you guys released?
Well, Americancer was kind of a mix of like all kinds of different energies and different like
Sure.
Just like sounds and almost like genres.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even really know. I mean, honestly, it's just like all the music like that we liked.
Just
At-
kind of would
at the
like,
time.
yeah, put some waves together and see what flowed and what rocked and rolled.
Yeah, I mean, like we're not really like stricken to like one genre or one
Yeah,
sound,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we kind
Yeah.
of just like do and play whatever we want.
That's what I liked most about it is whenever I was kind of going through like, all of your music and stuff like that, it was definitely like, you had your highs, your lows, your slower songs, your upbeats, your kind of attacking and everything like that. Great sound that I like going on for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let's talk about kind of getting into like playing live shows. Have you had like good experiences kind of playing live shows, like other than this one, because it was probably the best one that's ever happened in your entire life.
Correct.
But what's a cool live show moment that you guys have had?
Well, so Pat's actually never played a live show with us.
Yes.
He's a new drummer for us.
Welcome to the new drummer. Shout out Pat.
I'm here. I've
Yeah.
arrived.
We've been playing together in other bands and like just friends for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But
He's filled in for my old band as well.
Yeah.
Tempered, and we've, all of us.
Interchanged.
different
Yeah,
members
yeah.
have kind of filled in different spots pretty much.
he's
That's
played
sweet.
in our Chili Peppers tribute band as well, which is pretty cool.
That is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Pat and I were in a band in high school together.
Yeah.
Were you really? It goes way back.
Oh,
Yeah.
Far,
Yeah.
we were-
What was that band name
Big
called?
Gap, and now we're back together.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
What was that band called?
Yellow Journalism.
yeah.
Yellow
There
journalism.
you go. Yes.
That's cool. You only like journaled with yellow crayons or
It
something?
was,
Yes.
Yeah, exclusively.
That
Yeah.
was the only color. That was
Yeah.
the color.
Nice.
Cool. So what's kind of the sound, or what's the thing that's kind of going on next? What are you guys expecting to kind of like push forward and currently in 2025?
We were hoping you had
What's your vision?
some ideas.
I could kind of think of something. A lot of bridal showers, more or less baby showers.
Yes.
Yeah, I think the niche of music that we're actually missing in today's society is like the actual birthing room.
Yes.
No, the birthing room itself, the more screamo that you kind of got going on,
Midwife
you know.
music.
There should be a
If you will.
birthing song for every human being.
I agree. You know, everybody loosely knows the time. People know that the day they come out, the hospital they were born in. Nobody knows the song that they were born to.
Bingo.
And I think that that's a niche that you guys should fill in.
Yes.
I like it.
Offer
I
as
like
a
it.
service.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah. I really would love to talk more about the ideas that you guys kind of have pushing forward, but there's something that really is just kind of stirring around in my head, and I really, really need to ask. Who's this guy?
That is my neighbor, Rich. He's an awesome singer, but he doesn't talk. He only screams. What's up, Rich? Don't feed him after midnight.
Future sound?
Yeah. Well, he used to be a singer, and still is, obviously.
I'm a little nervous him standing so close to me. I'm not gonna
He
lie.
always does that.
Oh, he's a sweetheart. He's a
Yeah.
teddy bear.
Yeah.
But yeah, he jams with us, and just like we were jamming, just like we're like, do you want to come sing a heavy song with us? And we also do a Deftones cover with him, which is really awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
cool.
you're safe.
No, yeah, I believe that. It's just, you know, it's starting to get a little frisky. I might want to get a little closer to him, actually. Menacing is a good word, not frisky. Anyways. Ominous, yeah. Do you guys have any, like, kind of upcoming shows that are coming up, or are you guys creating more music?
Yeah, both. We're
Both,
working on
yeah.
an album. And to kind of go back on the previous question,
Yeah.
This album is going to be like another blend of like everything that we just want and like to do. It's not going to be just like a boxed in genre. There's no
Sure.
like title, or there's no single word to describe it. As far as shows, we're playing Millville Music Festival, Poetry Lounge at 5:00 Saturday. We just booked like 3 or 4 other
Yeah,
shows.
we had a couple coming up.
Nice.
This summer, we're actually going on tour, which will be our first tour.
Get out of town.
Yeah, we're headlining
That's
a festival
sweet.
in Michigan, which is pretty sick.
A whole festival. Yeah.
And what else?
What's the festival called? Do you know off the top of your head?
Cool Fest.
Cool Fest. That's sick.
It
Well,
is.
that's
It's
cool.
cool. It's
pretty
Yeah,
cool.
it's pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah. It's not average. It's cool.
Oh, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. That is sweet. Music festival coming up. You guys,
Marathon, we're playing the marathon.
you're playing a marathon. Is that like right at the top of the marathon? You can kind of go in and do that, or?
I'm not exactly sure which spot. There's like supposed to be a band every 2 miles on this marathon.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure. It's our first time doing it, but
Yeah,
apparently
yeah.
there's going to be like 15 to 40,000 people that see us. So that's pretty awesome.
That's sweet. Yeah. I guess my kind of last question is, before we kind of dive into the latter part of your set here, is there really anything else that you can kind of share about like the timeline of your album coming out? You know, when can people kind of start to expect to see releases or drops or anything like that?
It's kind of up in the air right now.
Sure, and that's fine.
We've
But
been
it's in the works.
Yeah.
We've been like kind of like shopping around different studios and like recording with different people, different producers, different studios.
Yeah.
Trying to find like the best fit for us. So we're not really exactly sure when. We do have some stuff booked, some studio time booked.
Yeah.
We're looking at like trying to make it happen this summer, but it's kind of a situation.
You don't want to rush the process. Exactly.
We don't
Yeah.
wanna, We don't want to
Yeah.
pressure it and not
Yeah.
get the best product.
Totally understand
We've
that.
also kind of tossed around even like recording different songs with different engineers in different studios.
Yeah.
Depending on whose strong suits, suit the songs.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I've said this before too. While you were, recording your set and everything like that. If you need a shitty beatboxer, I'm your guy. Yeah, I'll be your guy.
I'm with it.
Yeah.
I already said yes.
Yeah. So I'll sign the contract here soon. But anyways, look forward to that. Whenever that drops, make sure you send it out. I'll help get that, spread the word around. Check out King Catfish Band. Pretty much where you get your music. Any shameless plugs that you guys got on the line here?
You mean like where to listen?
Yeah, where to listen, where to find. Everywhere,
Spotify,
yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Bandcamp, SoundCloud.
Yeah, wherever you get your
Apple.
music listening to.
Yeah.
Yeah, love that. Check out King Catfish. We got more of their set coming up. And with that being said, this is the Almost Too Late Show. Stick around for their set. It's cool.
Somewhere out there, under a bridge, there was a man who lived off of fish, drippings from ceiling above, sing sad songs till he was gone.
And that is the show, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you all very much for watching. Please to make sure to like and subscribe. Really helps out the channel. Really helps out, you know what people say on YouTube. So go ahead and do that. A couple shout outs I got to make here. Shout out to Point Park University with the Center for Media Innovation. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, man. I did ask for donuts. Honestly, doesn't matter. I can't fire him because this is his last show. Shout out to Point Park House Productions. Shout out to Joe Long. Shout out to King Catfish for coming on the show. That's all I got for you. Stay tuned for the next one and have a great night. I'm your host, Kyle Archer. Peace out, Girl Scout.